I'm sure most of us have worked with good testers, but what about great testers? Those that make you seek out their opinion, those that you are still thinking about later on, and when you move to a new company, you may try to see if they are looking for a job by any chance. Here I go into what I think makes a great tester. The first is strong communication skills, but more importantly, they know how to communicate in a way that caters to their audience. When they're talking to, for example, a stakeholder or a developer, they meet them where they are and they think, what sort of information does this person need from me? So for example, with a product owner, if they think, okay, the product owner has to think about roadmaps, they need to prioritize, they deal a lot with stakeholders, then how can I make sure that the way I'm communicating with a person in that role with those priorities is the most effective? Another example would be working with a developer and communicating with the developer. So if you have, say, raised a bug, have you given the developer what they need to fix a bug or to debug it, so to speak? While I think strong communication skills has been an easy thing that people tend to mention, I think it's good to be a little bit clearer as to what that means, and I've tried to do that with this example. The second is making developers look good. So I've worked with lots of testers who pride themselves in finding lots of bugs, and I don't see that in a good or a bad thing, so to speak. I always think it's better to find a bug before the customer finds it, for example. I think a great tester knows how to make the team look good. They strengthen a team. So what can happen is they can do this by, for example, in feature kickoffs or when you're discussing requirements, raising questions, raising concerns, getting people thinking about all of these potential issues. So then you'll make this team and you'll make developers look good by preventing all these problems in the first place, so that when you are, say, doing more hands-on testing, you're not finding so much, and then they look good. Oh, we didn't actually write so many bugs this time around. Third, we have being able to explain the impact of bugs they found. So at a basic level, I expect a good tester to write a title, write a description, write the expected result. So if something is wrong, what were they expecting to see instead? And steps to replicate. It's no fun finding a bug that you can't replicate. But then to take it to the next level, I think it's good to explain the impact of bugs that you found. And the reason I say this is this helps with prioritization. So you can say, okay, this bug has to be fixed, but people's time is limited. So it might not be a case of what should be fixed or what should not be fixed, but like when should we fix it? When should we release the fix, for example? Is this bug significant enough to stop a release? Communicating, for example, severity and priority and checking those fields in the bug tracking tool is an attempt to share impact, but I do think just writing a note in the description can also go a long way here. And lastly, what I think makes a great tester, and where I think some testers struggle in this sort of area, is being able to work and deal with ambiguity, especially when requirements are lacking. I have worked with teams that think testers shouldn't even try to do anything at all, and not even try to add value, and they just wait around, I guess, killing time, while they wait for the requirements to be fully sussed out. But when it comes to requirements, some teams don't, many teams don't actually write them clearly. And two, at best, requirements are an attempt at communicating what you want in that point in time. So these can change. Now, if you don't know how to work with ambiguity, and when things are unclear, then as a tester, I think it can be useful to learn about things such as heuristic, knowing how to ask questions, how to have discussions with people to help make things clearer. But as a starting point, sometimes things aren't what you would consider ideal, so to speak. What do you think I'm missing? What do you think makes a great tester? Let me know in the comments below.